A Biden administration policy that imposes limits on asylum seekers has been blocked by a federal judge. And an update on the condition on LeBron James' son after he suffered cardiac arrest during basketball practice. The rundown starts now. This is Straight Arrow News, bringing you unbiased, straight facts. Today is Wednesday, July 26th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. A federal judge has blocked a Biden administration policy that imposes limits on who can seek asylum at the southern border. Under the rule, immigration authorities could deny asylum to migrants who arrive at the border without first applying online or seeking protection in a country they pass through. The policy has been a key enforcement tool used by the Biden administration in the wake of Title 42 expiring back in May. The ACLU and other groups argue the rule violates a U.S. law that protects the right to asylum, regardless of how a person enters the country. The judge's ruling Tuesday does not officially take effect for another couple weeks, giving the Justice Department an opportunity to appeal. Hunter Biden is expected to appear in a Wilmington, Delaware federal court today, where the president's son is set to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts of failing to pay federal income taxes in 2017 and 2018, and a third count regarding the unlawful possession of a gun, which would be dismissed if Biden stays drug-free and doesn't commit any additional crimes for 2 years. It will be up to a Trump-appointed judge whether to accept or reject the plea agreement. Harvard University's legacy admissions policy is now under investigation. The U.S. Department of Education is investigating claims by the group Lawyers for Civil Rights that the university, quote, discriminates on the basis of race by using donor and legacy preferences in its undergraduate admissions process. The group's complaint argues that students with legacy ties are up to 7 times more likely to be admitted to Harvard and are about 70% white. A spokesperson for Harvard says the university is reviewing its admission policies to ensure it's complying with the law after the recent Supreme Court ruling banning affirmative action and any consideration of race in college admissions. In recent years, schools like Amherst College and Johns Hopkins University have eliminated legacy admissions. In an update to a story we brought you yesterday here on The Rundown, there's now a tentative contract agreement between UPS and the union representing more than 340,000 of its workers. The labor deal avoids what many predicted would be one of the largest and costliest strikes in American history. Details in the deal include higher wages for both full-time and part-time employees, and there will be new workplace protections. Part-time workers will get a raise to at least $21 an hour. Full-time workers will average $49 an hour. The Federal Reserve is expected to raise interest rates by 1/4 percentage point today, which would mark the 11th rate hike in the past 12 policy meetings. The projected hike would set the federal funds rate between 5.25 and 5.5%. That would be the highest level since the time of the financial crisis and 2008 recession, although there is little sense that sort of collapse is on the horizon. All eyes will be on Chairman Jerome Powell this afternoon to see if he signals to this being the final rate increase in the Fed's year-long tightening cycle. In the meantime, borrowing costs for homes, cars, and other items will be higher for the consumer under the higher interest rates. The Fed has a target inflation rate of 2%. Right now, the economy is hovering around 3%, according to the latest Consumer Price Index, which is still well above what the Fed is aiming for. You can read more about what this means for you from our business correspondent, Simone Del Rosario, right now on SAN.com. The family of Bronny James, the 18-year-old son of NBA superstar LeBron James, has given an update after the teen suffered cardiac arrest on Monday during basketball practice at the University of Southern California. A family spokesperson says the college freshman is now out of ICU and is in stable condition following the health scare. In an interview last year, LeBron James said he wouldn't retire until his son Bronny James made it to the NBA so they could play on the same team. The family spokesperson says the family is asking for privacy and thanked the medical staff at USC. Those are your top stories this morning. Thank you for choosing SAN as your trusted source. Be sure to check out more of our work at straightarrownews.com. And you can also find the latest rundown episodes available as a podcast on all major podcast platforms. Unbiased, straight facts, that's SAN. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.